Hi folks, and welcome back to the Star Wars Library, where Star Wars is in print, and we're going to be going back to the Marvel comic book series to talk about issues 39 through 47. Now, issues 39 through 45 are basically just the Empire Strikes Back adaptation for the Marvel series. And I have a few of them here, or two of them here. This is the first issue of the arc here, and then of course this is the, I think this is the third thing here. This is obviously the asteroid chase and Luke landing on Dagobah. This is up until Darth Vader discovers through the probe droid that the rebels are on Hoth. So, I mean, with the Empire Strikes Back comic, I mean, I don't want to spend too much time on it, kind of like what I did with A New Hope, just because, I mean, it's just an adaptation of the film. That's all it is. There really isn't too much here. There's a few things in here, such as we see Luke actually training with Yoda with a lightsaber, but that's in the novelization of The Empire Strikes Back. So it's just kind of putting in these deleted scenes again, because again, these are going off of the script, not the final film. So I say these are optional. The Empire Strikes Back issues, just like with the A New Hope issues, it's optional. You're not required to read this to understand anything, because more than likely you've seen the movie, right? So these, if you just want another version of the movie, I remember as a kid I really liked these because I knew the movie so well. But now as an adult, kind of looking back on it, there really isn't a whole big reason to read them. I mean, maybe once in a blue moon, but that's pretty much all I have to say about that. So recommendation, it's up to you. But now we're going to move on to issue 45 through 47. Now, this is actually back to the Expanded Universe content, and we're going to be going through our new trade for the Marvel series, Resurrection of Evil. Yes, Resurrection of Evil by Dark Horse. This is volume 3. This does collect the Empire Strikes Back issues. That's where I have all of them are in here. So if you do want to read this, this might be a good method, because a long time ago omnibuses and trades have the Empire and A New Hope adaptation. Not sure off the top of my head about Return of the Jedi. I'll have to look into that. But anyways, so going in here, we're going to be going at issue 45, and this is the first post-Empire Strikes Back story that we get to see. And I have it bookmarked here so I can show you the cover. This is issue 45 right there. Now, it's written by Archie Goodwin, and it's bringing back Carmine Infantino as the artist. Al Williamson did the art in the Empire Strikes Back adaptation, so that was, you know, different artist there. Al Williamson will become, I think, a little bit more well-known in the newspaper strips, which we'll get to a little bit later. But Al Williamson is kind of the, I don't know, to me, like when I think Marvel Star Wars, I think of his art. So anyways, the first story in it is Death Probe. And then the next is The Dreams of Cody Sunchild, right here. And the last but not least, the final issue, probably should have bookmarked these beforehand, right, is 47, which is Droid World. Ooh. So anyways, going out into this story, basically a lot of this is pretty much a Luke story, or a Luke arc. Luke goes out and is doing a mission. The Empire has sent out these infiltrator probe droids that take over a rebel ship, and that's kind of the big thing with issue 45. 46 is, like I said, Dreams of Cody Sunchild. We see that Lando and Chewie are still looking for Han Solo, and they find a city in space, and going to it, they kind of enter into like this alternate dimension. It's a little weird and it's a little strange. And then 47 begins in 1981. This was all happening in 1980, these issues, and now we're going into 1981 in our chronology here. And that's the Droid World issue. So basically, Imperial, there's that Imperial War droid. The Rebels are trying to splice it at this point, and the Rebels think that this guy named Killzon can fix the droid. And so he's kind of like a veteran cyborg from the Clone Wars. And so R2-D2 and C-3PO go to recruit him, since only droids can go to this place, again, on this moon, hence the name Droid World, right? And they go, and they're going to go recruit him, and you'll have to read to find out what happens next, because I don't want to spoil it. So basically, as a story arc in here, it's okay. I mean, it's definitely not that great, especially being that this is the first post-Empire story that we have. I would, you'd hope that it would be really great. But unfortunately it's not. And so, to go to our question that we always ask on the show, right? Is this an essential read? Is this something that you must read, or you definitely should check out if you're going to read the Expanded Universe? The answer is no. It is not essential, not at all. Honestly, this is a very self-contained story. These first few issues that we're talking about, you don't need to read them. They're not essential for Marvel readers, and they're not essential for modern Expanded Universe readers. So if you want to check them out, or if you're a completist like me who wants to have everything, then hey, this might be a good method. Again, I would highly recommend the trades. They're a great way to get a hold of a lot of this stuff. And so if there's certain stories in here that you really want to read, you get those too. Maybe the not so great ones. But again, that's just my opinion. All this stuff that I say when I say maybe it's not that great, again, this is just my opinion, folks. So if you want to go check it out, please don't let me be your dictator of actions. Read this for yourself, check it out, form your own opinions. I can just tell you what I think. And for me, a lot of this stuff that we've been talking about, issues 39 through 47, meh. But anyways, hate to be so down, but that's just kind of, what I'm thinking. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, folks, and we will see you next time with another episode of the Star Wars Library.